Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Maidstone RCMP are investigating an alleged sexual assault. Police say yesterday between noon and 1:30 p.m., an adult male sexually assaulted a female who was under the age of 10 at the Lashburn Sportsplex. The suspect is described as a man in his 40s with dark hair, clean-shaven, and wearing a black jacket. RCMP arrived on site and the man wasn't located. Police are asking anyone with information to contact Maidstone RCMP. The investigation is ongoing. A well-known business in Mundare has launched an initiative to help the Ukraine-Alberta community. Stacey Calmer found out more about the project and how people can apply.
I am so happy to be joined today on Primetime Local News, all the way from Mundare. Kyler Zeleny is here today. Kyler, thanks so much for speaking with us.
Yeah, happy to be here. Good morning.
Well, let's talk about this program that Stanichis has. Anybody who goes to Edmonton or, comes back through Lloyd, you see the sign, stop and get the sausage all of the time, and you guys are giving back. Tell me about how you're going to be helping out people in the Ukrainian community.
Yeah, so, we, Stanichis Mundare sausage, the name, hard to say. It's a Ukrainian, product. It's so well known in our little region of central east Alberta and the rest of the province. So most of the folks listening may or may not know that we're Ukrainian, so this is a conflict that is really dear to us. So as soon as it began, we started to do a number of initiatives. We've done the initial thing we did was $10,000 donation to Canada Ukraine Foundation. We've done a few things in our restaurant in Edmonton. And we want to keep that going. So recently what we did is we decided to kind of launch a program where any group that is working with Ukrainian refugees or is helping the cause, helping these displaced individuals, they can apply to this program for a grant of $5,000. And all they need to do is tell us what they've done in the past, what they plan to do with the money, how it can kind of help people that really do need it.
Is there any limitations on how the money can be used for their cause? Or is it basically if you approve it, it can be used for anything within what they're actually helping out with?
Yeah, we don't really we don't really have any limitations or boundaries as to what can be done with the money. Specifically, it's targeting groups that are working in Alberta that are maybe helping out in Ukraine or in the province of Alberta itself. There's so many initiatives, so many groups that could use the funds, and we wanted to kind of stamp our name onto something. We wanted someone to kind of come to us from this community and say, we want to do this project, or we're continuing to do this project, but we need funds to do it. And that's where we as a community member in the Ukrainian diaspora wanted to say, perfect, we would love to help. Let's make you a big check, you take the money and you do that good.
So will there just be one organization that will be awarded the $5,000, or will you split it up, or how is that going to work?
We're asking groups to kind of, make proposals, a 1 to 2 page proposal. All the information can be found on our website. So we want them to make a proposal that is kind of using the $5,000. If we see a number of initiatives that we think can function with less, then we would probably look to break up the cash. But we do want to make kind of a larger donation to one single entity. And $5,000 seems like a fair bit, but nowadays it's almost pocket change in some sense, right? So we're kind of imagining that a number of groups will kind of use that 5,000. And, if the program goes well, if we get a good number of submissions, it's definitely something that we're going to look to reopen in a few months again, or, 6 months down the line, because this is sadly an issue and a conflict that's not going to be going away anytime soon.
So how do groups and organizations go about applying for this?
Yeah, so as simple as finding us on social media, Stanichis Mundare Sausage, or easy enough, you go to stanichis.com. It's right on the banner, or you can go to our blog area. It's there. You click on the banner on the homepage, and it gives you all the information. Essentially, what we're looking for, as I said, 1 to 2 page document telling us about your organization, some of the things you've done in the past, what you're about. A lot of these organizations that have helped the cause have only come about recently, and they're kind of ad hoc. and they don't have a long-standing foundation like some of the ones that we've supported in the past. Other people like Canada Ukraine Foundation, has been around for a long time. So we just want to see what you've done in the past, and we want to know that you can potentially be able to execute whatever you're looking to do. And, if you have a budget or something, attach that as well. So it's on our website, snitchies.com, on the banner. All you need to do is go there, and then it gives you the instructions. It's really straightforward. We're not trying to make someone jump through 1,000 hoops to produce this. We really just want, to have enough faith in a group or an organization and to present them with this cash so they can go out into the world and do their good.
And Kyler, what is the deadline to enter? What have you set as the final date to accept these applications?
Yes, we started January 20th. The final date of submissions that we'll be taking in is February 12th. So we have about 2 weeks that people can still submit a 1 to 2 page document.
All right, Kyler. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. This is a great initiative, and we look forward to finding out who the winner is in the end of all this, too. So please stay in touch and let us know who's going to take home the top prize. And once again, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
It's time for our weekly look into the archives. This is Retrospect.
We start our look back this week in 1994 with a Two Hills woman who alleges she suffered gender discrimination.
One driver's license, industrial first aid, BC ticket. They started reading that and they started laughing. That was the
Nora
big joke.
Wyman and her sister Marilyn think discrimination is no laughing matter. Last year, Marilyn applied for a job with the County of Two Hills as a heavy equipment operator. Two witnesses at a May council meeting say Marilyn's resume was laughed at because of her gender. They say one councillor thought it was so funny, he put his head down and pounded the table with his fist.
I worked long and hard to get that kind of a recommendation, and I don't think it's anything to be laughed at.
Marilyn says she is a victim of sex discrimination. The Alberta Human Rights Commission agrees with her. Today she asked council members to apologize for their actions.
I am seeking a verbal and a written apology from this council, and I would like your response to this request now, as I feel that you acted very unprofessionally.
But council denied the apology. Members say they will discuss the issue with the Alberta Human Rights Commission. They say they have done nothing wrong.
You don't think you owe this woman an apology?
There was no discrimination, and if you know better, proceed. My dear, goodbye.
Nancy Maresca says she was there when council made the comments last May.
These councillors, for them to circle their wagons like an old boys club and deny this woman an apology when now she has gone before them humbly and asked for an apology, they have shot themselves in the foot.
I get the impression that they don't think it's serious, that what they did, they don't take it as being serious, and I can't believe that they're acting the way they are.
Marilyn says she will talk things over with her supporters. She says she may take legal action against the county. She still wants an apology, but even she admits it may never come.
No, I don't think they will. Or if they do, it'll be under duress because I just won't leave them alone.
Now moving ahead to 1998, a group of government, education, and industry reps simulate an emergency situation.
This is a pilot project for Alberta. Two courses are running side by side. One is on emergency site management, the other a public information officer course.
And the purpose of tying public information into the crisis is to make sure that while they're responding, the public needs to know what's happening. And there's certain information needs to get out. Do not go near the center. Has a state of emergency been declared? Where can I get information? That sort of thing.
The class is a hodgepodge of emergency officials, college and industry reps, and municipal directors. By Friday, they will have gone through 3 major disaster exercises, all based on real-world scenarios. Everyone learns the different roles involved in these situations. Today's was a plane crash in the fictional town of Pavement Narrows.
Can you tell us about the site? Right now we're in the very early preliminary stages. We can confirm that an airliner has crashed in the Camp Rustic area.
This is just a simulation, but it's teaching these people how to deal with emergency situations all across Alberta. They even have simulated media.
Okay, thank you. Please hurry. Okay, thank you, thank you.
And everyone's playing along. These guys are concerned citizens demanding answers.
They answer, but they're not answering. What is going on? I'm telling you, my kid is out at that camp, and I'm really worried. You people said you'd phone me back, and you haven't phoned me back.
It is absolutely real. The palms of their hands are sweating. They're nervous. They are in the town of Pavement Narrows, and they have had an airplane crash. It's not simulation to them.
It's so real, the media was even kicked out of some places. Is there anything you can tell us about what's going on?
Gentlemen, please.
Can you tell us anything about the...
We can't right now. Thank you very much. We'll let you know at a conference.
As life throws in twists, we throw in twists, and typically of real events is the things that you have planned tend to go okay. The stuff you haven't spent a lot of time on planning tend to have some problems, and during events like major disasters, there's always something that comes up that you just haven't planned for and couldn't plan for.
After the course is over, the individuals can take the emergency plans back to their communities.
This has been our week in retrospect.
Retrospect this week is brought to you by Webb's Ford. Worth your while to drive the extra mile. Webb's Ford in Vermilion.
I had the chance to sit down with a Reiki master teacher this morning to learn about an upcoming Reiki workshop this February 4th. I'm super excited to be joined here today with Joanne Windsor, who is a Reiki master teacher, and she is hosting a level 1 Reiki class on February 4th and a level 2 Reiki class on February 18th. So thank you so much for joining me today, Joanne.
Hi, thank you.
So can you start off by telling me a little bit about what Reiki is?
Reiki it's an energy healing modality. So there's a lot when people feel that they have no energy, that they're just feeling run down and tired, life has them overwhelmed. Maybe they're feeling anxious or having a lot of unknown anxiety. Reiki can really help with that because it rebalances the chakras and works with your auras.
You just mentioned a little bit about the chakras. So can you tell me, as well as everybody else, what the chakras are and what they do?
The chakras are an energy vortex in your body. We have 7 main chakras, but there's actually 108 in total throughout the body. Many of them do different things, such we have 1 chakra for each of the tips of our fingers, so that's 10, plus 1 in the forefront, the palm of our hand. These are our healing chakras. This is what Reiki practitioners use. The chakras that we have in our bodies, a lot of people are familiar with the main 7 chakras, which are your crown chakra, which is located just above your head, your third eye chakra, which is right in the middle of your forehead, your throat chakra, your heart chakra, your sacral, excuse me, your solar plexus chakra, my apologies, and then your sacral navel, as well as your base chakra. So these chakras they work in balance. When everything is in balance and harmony is within your body, you're healthy, you're energetic, you're well rested, you're happy. When something is off balance, your chakras can, for all intents and purposes, your moon cycle. It's a really good example. When women have their moon cycles, some women get physical pain in their body, they get emotional, they get weepy, they get very tired, their body just feels that blah. Well, that means that chakra, the base chakra, the root chakra, is overworking, and something else in the body is giving that energy there. So the other chakras are compensating by giving their energy to the base chakra, so the base chakra can get through what it needs to get through. That in turn, when we get weepy, when we get emotional, we're not thinking clearly, we're not speaking, we're holding things in. So these 2 chakras, our third eye chakra, our crown chakra, and our throat chakra, are actually closing off. They're actually getting smaller. And what Reiki does is Reiki comes and we balance it out.
Chakras are obviously very important to the
they are
body.
hugely important. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That is definitely something I didn't realize, so I assume there are many other people who also didn't know that. So that's really cool to learn about. And I know for your workshops, you have a level 1 and a level 2 Reiki workshop. So can you tell me the difference between each of those?
In level 1, we learn the self-healing hand positions throughout the body to regulate the chakras, to bring that energy back to that space, to have it working and producing the way it's meant to. In level 2, we learn how to do that with other people. So in level 1, we have specific symbols that we use to activate Reiki, to use on ourselves and on other people as well, our family, our friends. Level 2, you learn more and more detail, and then you go through and you learn how to become a practitioner. And at the end of level 2, you will be a licensed practitioner of Reiki. So you can go and you can add it to your modalities if you do anything else, or you can just say, hey, let me help you, I know how. And you bring that energy back to that pained area.
That's super cool. So for people who are signing up for the level 1 Reiki, are they also signing up for the level 2 automatically, or are those two separate workshops that you have to sign up for separately?
They are separate workshops. Some people, they just want the level 1 to help themselves and work on themselves for however long, and then maybe they might do level 2. Level 2 is more the practitioner. You want to have level 2 to increase your healing power and ability, to offer services to, oh my goodness, to offer services to other people, to just greater enhance your own knowledge in Reiki and energy healing.
And for anyone who maybe wanted to sign up for the level 1 Reiki class, where can they do so, and what is the cost for that?
They can sign up. They can send me a text message if they so choose, or they can go directly online to joannewindsor.com. It will forward them to a Square, my Square site for bookings. They just scroll down to the Reiki level 1, Reiki level 2, or they can save a little bit of money and get both Reiki level 1 and level 2 together. The cost for level 1 is $330. The cost for level 2 is $425, and the cost for both of them together is $680.
All right, Joanne, that is unfortunately all the time we have today to learn about your Reiki workshop coming up. I had a pleasure learning a little bit about the art, and I'm sure everybody else did as well. So thank you again for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me. I truly appreciate it.
The Rustlers women's hockey team faced off back-to-back games over the weekend. Callan Dunlop has more.
The team battled the Nate Ooks on both Friday and Saturday. The Nate Ooks are the team to beat in this division, walking into the weekend with a record of 9-1. But after losing to the Rustlers on Friday in overtime, that prompted Saturday's game to be a gritty and physical one. The Rustlers started this game hot, scoring 3 goals in the first period, but the game was far from over. Nate scored 1 in the second and 2 in the third to score 3 unanswered, and were headed to overtime again. One length of overtime, however, wasn't enough to seal it, leading to double overtime. After a long, drawn-out game, where the Rustlers faced 40 shots in just under 70 minutes of action, this happened.
We got on our heels a little bit, had a great start, and then they had some pushback, and the momentum swung, and so it does put you into panic mode a little bit, and it's just trying to stick to the details that make us successful, and getting pucks deep and trying to get after it. And yeah, we were on our heels a bit, and lucky to get it to overtime and get the result we did.
The 2 back-to-back wins against the top-seeded team has given a newfound confidence to the Rustlers.
So it was a competitive game, both games, and I think it was like really physical, and we just came together as a team and really gutsy down in the hard areas. And I think coming out with the win really just built up our confidence even more, especially that they're first place in our league.
The team's record is now 7-4 with a 5-game win streak to boot.
Yeah, very exciting games. They're a talented physical team. They're the top team in the league for a reason. and really proud of our team. Our players stepped up and played really good hockey, and big 4-point weekend.
This win added to the winning month, not losing a single game throughout the month of January. This has been Callan Dunlop, Primetime Local News.
Now let's look at your egg prices.